Let's go. All right, we're back. We're not dropping frame. So strange. So basically, what is so strange about this is this exact same thing, which is weird. I need to keep an eye on this. Happened earlier where I started streaming Final Fantasy this morning, and after streaming for about an hour, it started lagging really badly, like the stream was dying. So I like unplugged everything, restarted everything. Totally fine. Did not, I think it dropped like a couple of frames, and then that was it. No more frames dropped. Everything ran fine. Now today, and then later on, again, did nothing. I just left the PC, cooked dinner, came back like it was in sleep mode or whatever, woke it up. We started playing this game. It was fine for about an hour, and then just died. It's just dead. The stream died completely. Even worse this time, though. The stream completely dying. Replug everything, restart everything, and no frames dropped at all. Something funny going on today, for sure. Anyway, we're back. So I talked to this guy, and basically he wants us to investigate. Hey chat. Woo, we're back. And pray that it stays fixed. We talked to this guy. He wants to reinvestigate the house, Darren's old house, where his whole family got murdered. Because he basically was saying that, look, we arrived in there, and they died from a plague, but there was a bunch of paladins there who are supposed to be completely immune from plagues. We also find them all with, like, their heads cut off and stuff like that. And who actually did that? I think the demons had heads cut off. Oh, we're dropping a few frames. Oh. Okay, it did this before as well. Almost identical again. At almost the exact same time. It's so weird. If it stays stable now, it's just bizarre. So bizarre. I don't know what's up with that. Okay. I'm just paranoid now. But yeah, so he wants us to go investigate. So he wants us to ask Darren. The estate is on our way to Dresden, which is this big city we want to take back. He wants us to stop there on our way. The only way to open up the estate, because it's protected by magical wards, only Darren can open it up. So he wants us to ask Darren to open it up, not to reveal to Darren why we're doing that, and then to help this guy investigate it and go through everything again. Which actually makes sense. As far as we know, this guy is very honorable. So yeah, we'll talk to him again now and catch up more. What's up? So you're saying you used to watch the HOTS videos. You had my first 6,000 subs on YouTube. Wow, that's crazy, dude. Wow, that's going way back. Nice. And thank you for tuning in again. It's nice to see you again. Okay, so we could tell me more about yourself. Want to know who I'm dealing with? I'm Ulfin by birth, but I've lived in Mendev for most of my life, dedicating myself to the service of the Inheritor. My warrior brethren mostly worship Gorum. I've never been eager to fight for the sake of battle alone. I was a good fighter in my early youth, and could easily best most of my peers. I didn't enjoy showing off my skills. Victory's bland on its own. Purpose adds flavor to war. I can't say I've always been a faithful sword of Iomedae. Back in my mercenary days, fate brought me to the borders of Mendev, where I spent quite a long time among the Crusaders, fighting shoulder to shoulder with my righteous comrades in arms, and watching demons commit their atrocities eventually led me to something I'd been seeking my whole life: purpose and faith. That is how I found my calling. Even though it may be hard at times, I've never regretted my decision. Are you one of Prelate Hulrun's followers? His face freezes for a moment. Yes, of course. What's your opinion of his atrocities? Usually people reveal such things about themselves only to their confessor, not to some curious stranger. Still, I did ask for your help, and that imposes certain obligations upon me. Let me put it like this. I spent enough years by Prelate Hulrun's side to learn how to keep him from going over the line. He was an extraordinary man, the vengeful sword of our goddess in human form. He was fighting in the vanguard, fearlessly taking down demons, exposing the cultist plots, all by himself. He had served the Inquisition twice as long as I have, and eventually, his paranoia and monumental sense of responsibility eroded his mind. May Iomedae guard his soul. Can I... Oh, we can't tell him? Oh! Save it. Load it. I want to tell him. Yeah. You took a huge break from HOTS. Returned to HOTS a year ago. Reached Master, managed to climb 1.2k. Congratulations, dude. Yeah, like, I myself, I haven't played HOTS in a long, long time. Long time. Basically when they essentially stopped making content. Umbrella Hilrans, are you aware it was I who killed him? No, I wasn't aware. Why are you revealing this to an Inquisitor and so calmly? That's a surprisingly bold move. He said a loss for words. How did it happen? I wanted to protect a priest of Desna. He was deemed a traitor and threatened with execution. I'll have to confirm your testimony when I finish investigating the Count's case, but knowing the revered Hulrun and his attitude towards the Desnans all too well, I also know it is true. This news is hard to accept. Why did I leave Canabras when everyone needed me most? Perhaps I could have protected the people, prevented my brethren from making fatal mistakes that led to such an ignominious end. Wow, he took that well. He was like, yeah, you know what? I saw it coming. The dude lost his mind. Cool. I like that better. I like telling him. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I'm gone.
Oh, even more loot? Oh, hell yeah.
Hello again. I'm very pleased to meet you. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me. It's a pity I wasn't there at the Grey Garrison to witness your feats of strength with my own eyes. The flash, however, could be seen miles and miles away. Some people were frightened of it, thinking that the demons had blown up the remains of the keep. I, for one, knew immediately that it was a good sign. The light above the city showed us that there was still hope.
Oh, he's painting. What are you painting? The cleric's eyes linger mournfully on the canvas. The unfinished painting depicts a temple crowned with a rainbow-tailed bird, symbol of Shellen. Oh, this guy, he's like Valerie was in Kingmaker. He's from the... Yeah. He's a cleric of Shellen. He's an artist. Yeah. Artist. It's like the goddess of love. Goddess of love and art. And they were pretty horrible to her. Order of the Rose. Yes, that's it. Yeah, Valerie and Kingmaker did not like them. 5 people dressed in robes stand before the temple. Men and women, young and old. Okay.
My brothers and sisters in faith. They sent me for help, and then they saved my life, Commander. If the Prioress hadn't ordered me to escape the city and seek help, I would have died right along with them.
Oh.
Instead, I met Queen Galfrey on her way to Nerosian, and hurriedly returned to Canabras, only to find my friends dead on the steps of our desecrated temple.
Oh, and HOTS. They're still updating HOTS pretty often. Lots of reworks recently. There's something called Gambit Talents. I haven't heard anything about it, but yeah, I mean, the thing for me was like, I had an awesome time covering Heroes of the Storm back. Like, they were bringing out heroes, all like new content constantly. It was crazy how often they were adding stuff in. Like, there was a new hero about every 3 weeks. That's less than a month. Like, a new hero less than every month. Like, it was super frequent, or maybe every month or so. Then it started slowing down, and then they just completely cut it after, what was it, 2019 or something? They were like, yeah, we're not really supporting the game much anymore. Like, it's a bit of a skeleton crew. So, yeah. I mean, it was a great game. I mean, it still is a good game, obviously.
I want to draw them the way they live on in my memory. Wise, beautiful, and loyal to their goddess and their city to the very end.
So they're just, for me personally, I like doing new stuff and experiencing new things and covering and explaining new things. It's not so interesting to me just sort of grinding out the same stuff over and over again. I'm sorry for your loss. This is why you have to treasure every moment you spend with the ones you love. Today you're together. Who knows what tomorrow may bring?
You're right.
I actually like that.
I took their company for granted and never even imagined that they might just disappear in the blink of an eye. So many words left unspoken.
I think it's true. Aw, sorry, dude.
Now it's my duty to make sure my friends and tutors did not die in vain. I will honor their sacrifice by making this world a bit more beautiful and kind.
You know what? Good for you, dude. What made an artist enlist in the army?
Perhaps I am a true artist, or simply an amateur who defaces canvases in my spare time. My goddess is a patron of art, so painting is part of my prayer, and I put all my heart into my pieces. But I am a cleric above all else, so I must also tend to others.
Wish they put more devs on the HOTS team. I mean, it's never gonna happen. But yeah, I wish they had as well. My assumption, my understanding of what happened to Heroes of the Storm is that basically, I think that it probably was profitable. It was making them money, but I think it wasn't making them enough money. So they just decided, hey, we'll just put that money into other places instead, and we'll leave it with a very small crew, and they can keep some updates going as best they can with the passion that they have, and we'll just keep raking in whatever money that it happens to make, but at very little cost to ourselves. I feel like that's sort of what they decided to do. On the other hand, I don't really know where they're putting the rest of that, where they're investing instead. That's the funny thing about Blizzard, is that it's like they haven't made any new IP or like new game in forever. They just haven't made it in forever. And HOTS 2.0 screwed them? I don't think so. I don't really think that affected much. I think one of the issues they ran into with HOTS was that they marketed it initially, and the initial impression that they gave basically everyone about the game was that this is a casual MOBA. Like, it's a casual, accessible MOBA for people that aren't into the hardcore stuff like Dota and League of Legends. That's how they started marketing the game. But then they turned around, they're like, oh, we want to make an esports, and we want to like have ranked and all that sort of stuff, and they want to add all this stuff in. But it was just very difficult because a lot of the people playing didn't want that stuff. And then it was hard to convince new players to come in and check out the esport and stuff. They're going, what? Wait, why? Esports? Why? That's the casual MOBA. So I think they kind of shot them. They kind of wanted multiple things, and they didn't really know exactly what they were doing. So I think it was more like a game director problem, and just like big decision making problem in terms of what they actually wanted to do with the game and what they wanted the game to be. I think if they committed to being like, this is a casual MOBA, it's a casual game, and we don't really care about that esports stuff, would have been better. Or if they had just designed it as a competitive esports game from the start. I think trying to do the two at once and being confused in the design and the messaging, I think that was the biggest thing, in my opinion. And also they were obviously late to the scene. That's also, I think, another part of it, that Dota and LoL had already been pretty well established. Yeah.
I went to war because here's where I'm most needed. Sure, I could be painting idyllic landscapes and offering empty prayers to my goddess, but that won't stop people from dying. My goddess has no tolerance for false piety.
HOTS isn't even that casual. Well, that's the thing, it's not. But if you go to like, if you went to the League of Legends Reddit or whatever, or forums, and you ask that, like, you ask a bunch of League players, what do you think of Heroes of the Storm? They'd be like, oh yeah, that was that casual MOBA. That's how they marketed it, and that's the viewpoint people have of the game. That's what I'm saying. The problem is the viewpoint. This sounds a bit rude. How could you possibly be of any use to my army? That sounds a bit rude. You wanted to discuss something with me, right?
Yes, I have a personal request. Before we undertake our journey and leave Canabris behind, I would like to visit Martyr Zacharias' cemetery for a funeral. It's not far from here, and it's important. I would like to pay my respects to my friends from the Temple of Shaylin who died defending the city. Also, if it's not too much trouble, I would like you to come with me to honor their memory. Their friends and family will be at the funeral, and perhaps the commander's personal presence will bring them comfort.
Okay, there's a cemetery. Sure. That sounds nice. Yeah, sure, I can do that.
I know that you are burdened by many cares right now, so I understand if you can't find the time. But if you could, I would be sincerely grateful.
How could you be use my army?
My name is Sozio Vanek. I am a cleric of Shaylin, the Eternal Rose and the Goddess of Beauty. Yes, I know that many people would consider me useless in a war. This is not a usual war, though. Just consider our enemy. The Abyss and his demons are the very embodiment of everything evil and ugly in the world. Perhaps a disciple of kindness and beauty might come in handy. I have no doubt that we will win this war, Commander. We just have to. It is our destiny. My role is to help you, and all those standing by your side in this struggle, to survive and flourish. Everyone deserves the chance to find peace and happiness in the world that they are defending so selflessly.
Nice meeting you.
You must be rather busy indeed. Leading a crusade all by yourself is no joke. I still believe that you are up to the task. This war has been raging for 100 years, but you've given us a chance at victory.
What am I playing these days? Well, this game at the moment, Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. Playing a lot of Final Fantasy 14. I still play World of Warcraft. And then on like mobile games, I actually do like Raid Shadow Legends, which most people don't like, but I like it. I enjoy it as a casual game. Play for free. There you are. Okay, we'll come to this in a second. Oh, we got a lot of interesting. Okay, let's do this first. Love to visit Heaven's Edge and see the Arendelle estate someday. Oh, I was just about to mention it myself. I've been thinking, now that I'm in the middle of this whole crusade nonsense, I simply must devise new ways to have fun. With all the recent commotion, my birthday completely slipped my mind. What if we were to celebrate it at Heaven's Edge? It's not far from here. You'll get to enjoy a banquet in a bona fide haunted house. He seems to have trouble getting the words out, which clearly indicates how rarely he has to ask for anything. Since you're my superior and I'm your advisor, I am obliged to ask your permission to leave for the festivities. I want to invite you too. I'm sure the commander can free up an afternoon while the soldiers are on leave. Are you really going to throw a banquet at the very place where your whole family died? Yes, what of it? Am I supposed to weep and quake with fear for the rest of my life? I've stayed away from that damn place for 10 years, and now I'm going to return there to drink, dance, and to be merry without a care in the world. You can keep your squeamish disapproval to yourself. Alright, deal. Perfect. You'll have a ball, I'll make sure of it. Something strange flickers in his smile. Uh-oh. This is a little bit worrying. Okay, people say you're deliberately trying Queen Gallifrey's patience. Is that true? Does it even matter? All of Mendevian high society has declared war on me. They either despise me or they're trying to steer me back onto the right path. I'm doing everything in my power to keep them on their toes. I relish this prospect of all the fun this mess in Canabras will bring. I shall either commission a song about the great Canabras fiasco from a certain talented bard, or confuse the jewelers with a rather tall order, a batch of silver dragon toys with detachable heads. Oh, give me a week and they'll be in every shop in the capital. Wow. The heroic dragon who died for our future deserves respect, not your mockery. She's dead. Whoa, change the light. Wait, what? I'm lawful good now. She's dead. She doesn't really care. And I shall enjoy 3 or 4 minutes of rather pleasant thoughts about the rage of those sanctimonious fools who pestered me the most. Hey, what's up? No problem, dude. Yeah, I'll catch you around. I'm streaming most days this week anyway, if you are around. Probably doing Final Fantasy in the mornings, like earlier on. And then Pathfinder in the evenings is probably going to be the rough schedule. So yeah, I might catch you around. Cheers. We've changed alignment. No longer meet class requirements? Some classes have requirements that must be met. Lose many of their capabilities. Find a scroll of atonement. Get my powers back? What powers have I lost? Yeah, I'm into lawful good. What powers have I lost, dude? Yo, what's this? +1 shield bonus to AC against demons? This book gives +1 to attack and damage by glaive if the affecting creature had weapon training with glaive. +1 morale bonus to AC against dragons. I've lost nothing. Okay. I was gonna say, I don't think that any of my stuff is tied into my alignment, right? My class is not a divine class. Now, if I switched class, it would affect it. But I think I'm okay. I can still use my Sword Light of the Angels, yeah. Huh. That was strange. I wonder why it warned me. Surely does it affect my companions? So who would lose it? She would lose it. She would lose stuff. But I think she's still lawful good. No, we changed into lawful good, so. I don't know. Yeah, we started here. And we've just swung towards good. And we swung a bit towards chaotic as well. Yeah, we're into lawful good now. That's funny. Lawful good. I'm fine with it. Grand. Cool. How'd you like your new role, advisor? You also enjoy poking me with that stick, don't you? Imagine it. Me, a crusader. If my dearest cousin hoped to teach me a lesson, she managed it perfectly. An assignment I couldn't avoid without losing face, this idiotic journey leading straight into the demon's maws. I could have been on a pleasure boat right now, with the loveliest songstress and pitax on my arm, and a bottle of the finest Kyonan wine to keep us company. Incidentally, I blame you for all of this. Well, actually, I think Cousin Galfrey is to blame for everything that's happened to me. I suppose some of my misdeeds could be considered my own fault, but I can hardly be expected to take responsibility, can I? Certainly not. Therefore, I shall lay all the blame at your door, and plot my revenge. He gives you an innocent smile. Did you also receive a fraction of that unusual power? Looks like it. I genuinely hoped that getting away from you would be the end of it. If your gift truly did come from Iomade, then giving me a smidgen of that power was a very subtle joke on her part. I had no idea our divine Lightbringer of Mendev even had a sense of humor. Don't get me started on my many acts of sacrilege against her. That obscene engraving. The truth about the test of the Starstone is the tamest one by far. Alright, cool.
Follow my steps.
How you doing, Horse Kex? What's up? Can't talk to Horse Kex. And I thought this was Game of the Year contender. Can't even talk to Horse Kex. The worst.
Hello. So, what do you reckon about everything that's come crashing down on us? All the responsibility, command, this new power?
Considering that I was just freaked out by my alignment changing, I think it's safe to say it's a little overwhelming, to be honest.
Don't be sad. Look at me. I'm sitting here worrying over my troubles, but you have it much worse than all of us put together. I'm still frightened by what happened in the Grey Garrison. Were we really chosen? By Iomade herself? You know, back when I was a snot-nosed kid who just started down the path to becoming a paladin, I imagined once or twice that I was going to do something heroic. The lights would shine down on me, the trumpets would sing, I'd hear the voice of the goddess, or at least her herald, you know? I'd be informed that I had been chosen for a great cause. But that's the point where my imagination always failed me. Somehow, it really happened. Without all the trumpets or the herald or even anyone explaining what I had to do. Though it's clear as day, my place is here. In this demon-ridden wound. Quite a lovely war going on, in fact. Endless, I hear. I'm gonna need some time to wrap my head around this. Spare me an hour and I'll crawl into some dark corner and whine about my hard lot. What can I tell you? I cry easily.
Alright. See ya. Yeah, guys, we're dropping frames hardcore again. I don't know what's up, but there's clearly something up tonight. Or just today, it's been inconsistent. You know what? Unfortunately, I'm just going to call it here. Unfortunately, it's just really fucking frustrating. It's really fucking frustrating. Like, I could keep, like, restarting everything, and then, I don't know, like, we only got, what, 20 minutes out of that? Like, I guess I could restart stuff, and we go 20 minutes, and then restart, and it's just not worth the hassle. So, you know what? Fuck it. We'll just call it here for today. This sucks, unfortunately. We'll try to play more Pathfinder tomorrow, though, to make up for, like, have a longer Pathfinder stream tomorrow. Maybe start a bit earlier. We'll see how it goes. I'm literally sitting here. I just had complete dropout there. Just completely dropped connection. I don't even know if you guys watching can hear me. But you can hear on YouTube. Yeah, this sucks. Alright, I'll be back tomorrow. Yep, it's just gone. Internet. God damn it, dude. Fuck me. Okay, I'm gonna go rage myself. I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye.